Good evening from Clear Springs High School. Charles McCullough welcomes you to CMCBroadcasting.com and the CMC Communications Broadcast Network. Yours truly, along with our engineer Gerald Sanchez, we're set to bring you an extremely important District 24-6A season-ending basketball game between the Dickinson Gators and the Clear Springs Chargers. We'll take an instrumental timeout. Stay with us, and we'll be back to bring you the starting lineups and tip-off right here on the CMC Communications Broadcast Network. Charles McCullough, as we present the Dickinson Gators, who have a 28-win and 6-loss record overall, be taking on the Clear Springs Fighting Chargers tonight, or Clear Springs High School. Clear Springs has a 15-15 exact overall record. However, in district, they have parlayed themselves quite well to a 9-4 record and are in the top tier to make the playoffs, which they've already secured. A win tonight over Dickinson would simply give them mojo as they head into the playoffs this weekend and the next. The Dickinson Gators won the district championship this past Friday night by defeating the Clear Creek Wildcats by the score of 70-66 in an exciting game finish that you heard right here at CMCBroadcasting.com. The Dickinson Gators will advance to become the top seed in district out of 24-6A to take on one of the opponents from Fort Bend, 22-6A, in the next week or two. We're happy to report that the Clear Springs Lady Chargers, one of the top-ranked 6A girls programs in the state, defeated the Kempner Lady Cougars by 27 points last night. To have the opportunity to advance to round 2 in the girls' state playoffs, we'll be expecting to bring you plenty of Clear Springs Lady Charger basketball playoff action as well. Tonight it's the Clear Springs men's basketball program coached by Chris Hairston in his second year as the head coach of the Clear Springs Chargers. The Chargers distinguished themselves with wins this past Friday night, but then most significantly last Tuesday night as they defeated the Clear Creek Wildcats by the score of 72-47. That was a thumping that Coach Wes Bryant and the Clear Creek Wildcats did not expect to receive at that particular time. But on the chin, they did take it, and then they proceeded to get knocked right down on their wallet by the Dickinson Gators. 2 straight losses, and the Clear Creek Wildcats will have to try to see if they can wrest a second or third place finish in district, which is one thing. If Clear Springs were able to defeat the Gators tonight, they might be able to notch a third place finish or a second place finish. So it's all about seeding in district right now. The Dickinson Gators, they've got their ticket to the first seed in the playoffs, and they've got a district championship secure under Coach Jason Wilson. 2 fine coaches, both relatively new. Dickinson going into the playoffs for the first time since 2005. We'll be back to bring you more action as we take a little bit more of a time out here and get ready to launch tip-off within the next 4 minutes of the Dickinson Gators against the Clear Springs Chargers. I'm Charles McCullum, and you're listening to the CMC Communications Broadcast Network right here at cmcbroadcasting.com. Dickinson Gators and the Clear Springs Chargers will set to tip off in just about 2 minutes. When they announce the players with the cacophony inside the gym, we'll take another instrumental timeout. Right now we're going to thank our sponsors who make our broadcast happen. They include Carl W. Gustafson, running for re-election as your Galveston County Republican Party chair. Carl Gustafson, a native of Friendswood, is proud to salute all of our area youth on a job well done, and proud for the job he's been doing to help coordinate Republican Party successes in the last couple of years. So let's keep Carl W. Gustafson in office. Paid political ad, Carl Gustafson campaign. Kevin Kopp Insurance is proud of the Clear Creek ISD. That's all 5 high schools, including the Clear Springs Chargers. Kevin Kopp, thank you for all of your help, my dear friend. It's Pearland Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Phone 281-485-9990. Dr. Jason Decker and all of the staff are proud of all of our youth, for through them we all most very definitely shine. And it's Buffalo Wild Wings in Pearland. Dallas Lott does a lot for all of our area high school youngsters. If you mention that you heard this ad, by golly, you get a free plate of wings. If it's free, give me 3. It's Buffalo Wild Wings Pearland. We're not far from wherever you are. And Moody National Bank in Galveston and 28 other locations all over Southeast Texas.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Moody National Bank has been voted the best bank in Galveston County in the last 16 of 18 years by readers of the Galveston County Daily News. Member Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, it's Moody National Bank. And it's Advantage BMW Clear Lake. Advantage BMW Clear Lake, proud to salute the Clear Springs Chargers and the Dickinson Gators. And we want to let you know that we're proud to toot our own horn just a little bit. At Advantage BMW Clear Lake, we were awarded the best BMW dealership in North America in 2013 by Central Headquarters for Bavarian Motor Works BMW in Munich, Germany. That's pretty good stuff, and congratulations to Randy Stein and all of the staff at Advantage BMW Clear Lake. We'll be back with tip-off right after we take this musical timeout. CMCBroadcasting.com. All right, we're set to get underway with the Clear Springs Chargers and the Dickinson Fighting Gators. The Gators will be dressed in all blue uniforms tonight, red and white, numbers, lettering, and trim. And the Clear Springs Chargers, all white uniforms with Clear Springs aquamarine blue and yellow lettering and numbers as well. Clear Springs with a 15-win, 15-loss record overall, however, in district. They are 9-4. A win tonight could secure them a solid second place behind the Dickinson Gators, who, regardless of what happens to the Gators tonight, the Gators have won the district championship courtesy of their 70-66 win against the Clear Creek Wildcats last Friday night. And we've got the young man shooting a couple of shots to begin the game for you. On the left side of your radio dial, it's going to be Fate Williams, as fate would have it. Very instrumental, along with Miles Rankin, numbers 2 and 3, in helping pace the Dickinson Gators to a wonderful finish against Clear Creek last Friday night. No good is that shot. And we're set to get underway here. And Clear Springs will inbound the ball, or the Dickinson Gators will inbound, and we're set to get underway. We will not jump center. Ball's going to be given in. That's going to be number 11. That's going to be Spells. Give it off over Rankin. Back top of the circle. Williams back over Spells. Will he go for 3 from the wing? No. Number 15, baseline for a tray off the rim. No good. Rebound is going to come down to Calvin Rowland. Going to roll up, come back left to right on your radio dial. Boxed out 2-on-1. Loses control of the pumpkin. And I have to actually swat it back into play. Sometimes the radio announcer has to get into the mix a little bit. Okay, number 5 will inbound. Yeah, and that's going to be Tyler McCarty. McCarty bounce pass in, number lucky 13. That's going to be Warren Richardson. Richardson from McCarty. Give it back top of circle. Ball's going to be stolen away. That's going to be number Spells. Comes back right to left. Dribble drive. High-low post off the glass. No good. Ice-cold shooting so far on both sides of your radio dial. 0-0, but we've got a lot of body contact and hacking and slapping going on. Inbound's going to come in to number 5. He'll outlet it out. Number 20, come back right to left down McCarty. He's going to try to save it from going out of bounds. He will not succeed. It'll be Gator basketball, far angle right side. Gators number 15, Damian Williams, will inbound. 15 rebounds in the game against Creek, all of them in the second half of play. Come back right to left. It's going to be Julian Spells. Give it back over to Williams, back over to Spells. Casting a spell on you. Going up to the top of the circle, dribble drive, high-low post off the glass. Well, he will lose control of the pumpkin, and it will be Clear Springs, a Charger basketball. Inbound coming in McCarty. We're going to come back over to the right side of your radio dial. A graduating senior. High-low post dribble drive off the glass. It's no good. Williams with his first rebound tonight. Back over to the left side. Feed it over to number 2. That's going to be Mr. Fate Williams, and as fate would have it, he gets the first bucket of the game. It's 2-0 Gators. Back over to the right side. With number 5, it's going to be Tyler McCarty. McCarty gives it 20 top of the arc. That's going to be no good for a possible tray. That was going to be Mr. Ravati. Come back over the left side. Going for a 3. It's off the rim. No good. Number 15's got it on a turnaround jumper from halfway down the paint. That's no good. That's going to be Williams after the attempted tray by Fate Williams. Back over to the right side. It's going to be number 13 for the Clear Springs Fighting Chargers. That's going to be Walker. Walker going to go over to the far baseline for an attempted tray. It's no good. Rebound's going to come down. We've got hacking and slapping going on under the right bucket. It will be a shoving violation. As it will be Williams inbounding to Julian Spells. We're going to come back right to left on your radio dial with the Dickinson Gators. It's 2-0 Gators. Give it to Williams, back over to Spells. Playing pass and catch in the backcourt. Fate Williams has it at the timeline. Dribble, go up to the near wing, down low post, stops halfway. Hikes, posts it up, it's going to be no good. Rebound comes down, number 15, Damian Williams. He's going to be slapped, and he may visit the line on the left side of your radio dial in order to shoot a few. Damian Williams, always in the mix and in the paint for the Fighting Gators. They're going into the playoffs for the first time in 11 years, and they won their first district championship in 11 years. Brandon Williams from the March of Dimes line, first shot. Rat-a-tat-tats all around the rim, but it's good. That'll be his first point of the game. It's 3-0 Dickinson. Dickinson, the 11-2 mark overall. Next shot is no good. Fosnick's got the board, but it's going to be knocked out of bounds. It will be again Dickinson Fighting Gator basketball. Inbound coming in to Julian Spells. Push pass over to the near side. It's going number 5, Darius Smith. He's going to put up a 3. It's no good. Rebound's going to come down. McCarty goes coast to coast, left to right, up the glass, and it's good for 2. Come back right to left now. It's going to be Fate Williams. Fate Williams crossing the timeline. On the left side, push pass over Brandon Williams. I don't think they're related. It's going to be Darius Smith from the near wing for a tray. It's off the back iron, no good. Rebound comes down. He gets his own put back, no. Outlet out. Julian Spells comes back, baseline, hits it. Gets his first bucket of the game. 5-2 Dickinson. Fosnick gets the inbound, 6'6" for Clear Springs. Push pass over far side. McCarty breaks a 2-on-1 press, goes inside. Back Fosnick, top of the arc, stops at the key. Overheads it to a low post to number 22, and up and in for 2 is going to be Tyree Bearden. Come back over to the left side. It's going to be Spells going baseline. Push past Darius Smith, coming back the other way from the other side of the baseline. Now give and go boomerang pass top of the arc goes Williams. He loses control of the ball. Brought down McCarty. Outlet it all the way. Walker on the far side. He's going to boomerang it down low. Number 5 on the right side of your radio dial. That's going to be McCarty again with McCarty. Walker. McCarty already on the right side. He's fouled. And it will be his opportunity on the right side of your radio dial to see if he can post up 1 or 2. Actually, going to be number 11, Warren Richardson on the right side. The shot is up, and it's good. 5-5, we're all tied up. As Clear Springs has a young team this year, but they've got a lot of height. Power forwards averaging about 6'5" amongst them. Next shot is GOOD good. So Richardson gets 2 for 2. Come back left side, Fate Williams. Boxed out by Walker. Stops at the timeline left side. Tries to set up a screen offense. Can't get a good pick and roll. Give it over 32. Near side is going to be Byron Staton from Staten Island to Dickinson. He's one of the best. Over to the top of the arc, going number 10, Montel Parker. Montel down low. Julian Spells off the glass. No good. Reverse layup. Dickinson ingenious at visiting the foul line, and I believe we'll have an opportunity this time. Fate Williams visiting the line again. And we have a 6-5 Clear Springs Charger lead. They overcome a 4-0 Gator run and put a 4-0 run up of their own. First shot up is off the back iron. It's going to be no good. Remember, this Clear Springs Charger team got a very slow start before the turn of the new year. They lost more than they won. They're 15-15 overall now, but in district, they've really made a presence of themselves. The next shot for Fate Williams is no good. Rebound is going to come down to Fosnick. He's going to outlet the pass to McCarty. Overhead it all the way down Walker. Knocked out of bounds, 32 for the Gators, Byron Staton. It'll be McCarty to inbound once again. Half court far side. Give it in Walker. Come up left to right on your radio across the half court stripe. Timeline on the right side. He's going to be guarded by Fate Williams. Tries to find a pick. Can't get a good roll. Go over to the near side. Overhead top of the arc. That's going to be Fosnick. Down low. Off the glass. It's going to be no good as he tried to find Walker again. And the Gators rebound. It's going to be Julian Spells. Come back over the left side. Dribble drive. High-low. Post reverse layup. No good. It's going to be the Clear Springs Chargers in transition, though, as they'll call a double dribble against Julian Spells. Warren Richardson inbounding to Tyler McCarty, number 5. Almost loses control of the ball. Overhead at near side. Ball knocked away. Picked back up, number 4. Feed it down low, 23. Off the glass. It's going to be no good. Rebound's gone. It's going to be Brandon Williams. Outlet pass. Julian Spells goes up high post. Loses the ball. It's going to be Walker. Picks it up. No Fate. Williams gets the loose pick. Gives it over near side to Julian Spells. Back over to Fate Williams. He'll slow things down at the timeline. Goes up at the top of the circle. He's going to go for a long tray. It's off the back iron. No good. And it's going to be Julian Spells. Just the putback. It's no good. You've got to get those low shots. Come back over to the right side. Big outlet pass down low. 13. Walker gives it. McCarty off the glass. No good. But is he fouled? No, he's called with a charging violation. It'll be Gator basketball. Fate Williams will inbound. Be knocked right out once again. And coming all the way back to the right side of your radio dial. 3 minutes and 1 second to go in the first quarter of play. A stupendously low scoring game. It's actually on the inbound foul reach in. It's going to be Springs basketball. Inbound's going to number 4. That's going to be Garen Richard. Richard over to Walker. Back to Richard. Feed it right down low and a slam dunkarooski for number 11, Warren Richardson. That was pretty as a picture. And it's an 8-5 Springs lead. Come back, Julian Spells. Go up top of the circle for a big tray. No good. Rebound's going to come down to number 11. It's going to be Richardson with that slam dunk. Outlet pass, Walker. Feed it all the way on the baseball. Down court, Richard goes low post off the glass, and it's GOOD good. Wow. That was awfully pretty for number 4. Got back over the left side with Julian Spells, scoring leader for Dickinson, but he has yet to sink a shot tonight. Over number 32, Byron Staton, give and go. And inside the paint goes Fate Williams. Ice cold shooting for Dickinson. They're less than 20%. I say they're less than 20%. 10 attempted shots, and they've got perhaps 2 buckets left side. They have a total of 5. 1 from the foul line. 10-5 is the score. Inbound stolen by Spells. Watch out. He can do it. He's going to have the ball knocked away by Fosnick. Turnaround jumper down low. He still can't sink it. Julian Spells ice cold tonight. Rebound comes down Fosnick. Outlet pass McCarty. Stops. Overheads it all the way near side. Richard for 3. It's no good. Rebound's going to come down to Miles Rankin, who'll go miles and miles of Texas. Come back over the left side to try to help the Gators out. Stops at the timeline. Left side. Push pass over to the far side. That's going to go to number 11. And that's going to be Julian Spells. Spells goes up to the top of the circle. Will he think about a tray? He can think about it all day long and even deliver. He's going to go high-low post. He's going to be called with a charging violation. Unfortunately for Spells, that's the second time that's happened. 2 charging violations. So we'll have number 22, Tyree Bearden, who will inbound for the Clear Springs Chargers. Get the ball back. Push pass all the way over to the top of the circle. That's going out to Richard, down to Fosnick, back to Richard. Richard at the timeline. Push pass back over to number 22, Beardley. Beardley, hollow post dribble drive, loses the ball. Picked up by the Dickinson Fighting Gators, and we've got number 12, Montel Parker, feed it near side. It's going to be Miles Rankin. Rankin comes back out at the timeline, tries to slow things down a little bit. Goes over top of the arc, bounce pass over far side. That's going to be number 5 in the mix, Darius Smith. Smith stops in the paint, hikes it up. It's going to be stripped away. Come back right side. That's going to be McCarty. High-low post dribble drive, loses control of the pumpkin. And we've got foul activity on the right side, and I believe Miles Rankin will be called with his first foul. Visiting the line on the right side of your radio dial will be number 5, Tyler McCarty, who has 2 points so far. 52.3 seconds to go in a terrible shooting first quarter of play, especially for the Gators. And it's 10-5 Clear Springs. McCarty makes it 11-5 with his 3rd point. At the Salvation Army line. Eyeing the bucket, the next shot is good. It pops the cotton smooth as silk. And now the Gators, who are down 12-5, see if they can get a buzzer beater here that makes a difference of some kind. So Miles Rankin gets the inbound, gives it over number 13, Daniel James. First time we've called that name in 2 games. James gets it, packs and catch, feeds it all the way. Darius Smith, ball stolen in midair. It's going to be Richard. High-low post dribble drive off the glass. Oh, man, that just lips its way in. Incredible. He's got 4 now. Come back left to right. And it's a 10-0 Clear Springs run. Bounce pass near side, Darius Smith. Smith trying to keep the Gators in the mix and at least get momentum going into the second quarter with a buzzer beater if possible. 18 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. It's 14-5 Clear Springs. The Gators are being eaten alive here in this first quarter. At the timeline, Darius Smith, he'll try to go ahead and do it himself, I suppose. Push pass near side. Daniel James with a long tray. It is no good off the plexiglass. That ends the first quarter of play. 14-5. Now, at the end of the first quarter of play last Friday night, the Dickinson Gators scored exactly 10 points. The Clear Creek Wildcats had 0. It was the worst performance. Coach Wes Bryan said later that his Clear Creek Wildcats had while he was coach, because it was the first time they had gone without a single point scored in the first quarter. Now, in the second quarter of play, the Clear Creek Wildcats scored 21 points in the second quarter. Last Friday night, the Dickinson Gators had all of 5 points. So it was 21-15 Clear Springs at the end of the first half of play last week. The Gators went on to win, though, in a Lollapalooza in the second half, third and fourth quarters of play, 70-66. That's where all the action took place. And I have a suspicion that we may see the same thing here. Gators have been a second-half team all year. They've been behind more often than not in the first half against some very good teams, but yet their record is a convincing 11-2. And I know that Coach Hairston is very well aware of this capacity of the Gators to come back and own the second half. Okay, inbound goes to Walker. Come back near side. He's going to give it over McCarty, far side, baseline drive, ball stripped away. We have a blocking or a shoving violation right side. That's 4 fouls against the Gators total now. 7:49 to go in the first half of play. It's 14-5. Inbound going Walker for a long tray. Oh, my goodness. Now, Christian Walker has a total of 5 points, and it's 17-5 Clear Springs. Miles Rankin brings it back to the left side. Tries to set up a screen offense. Get a pick, a roll, can't. Push past far side. That's going to be Williams. Ball's going to be knocked out by Beardsley, and it'll stay out of bounds, that is, after it headed out. It'll be Gator basketball, and inbounding will be Spells, who's been absolutely ice cold so far tonight. Averaging 23 points a game, he has yet to get his first. Spells gets the inbound. Good ball movement in the first half. Going for three. It's off the back iron. It is a no dice, no good. Rebounds coming down. Richard, outlet pass. McCarty all the way down. Walker near wing. Push pass back over McCarty over to the far side. Richard down low. Ball stripped out. Taken away. Brandon Williams. Outlet pass at half court. Julian Spells down low. Is he going to be called with another charging violation? Heavens to Betsy. He'll be called with a foul assessed against the man facing him. A blocking violation assessed against number 11. That's fortunate for Spells this time, Warren Richardson. Now he'll have a chance to visit the line left side. Julian Spells, in exactly similar situations twice previous, has had 2 charging violations assessed against him. That first shot is up. Good. There's the first point of the game for Julian Spells. That breaks a 13-0 run for the Clear Springs Chargers. 7:03 to go in the first half. Spells, the next shot. Well, now that's good. Come back over to the right side. Inbound comes McCarty. Swift baseball down to the right side. Number 11 off the glass. It's going to be no good. Richardson. And Rankin gets the rebound, comes back left side, coast to coast, feed it far side. Darius Smith gives it over to Spells, stays outside the circle. Did not go on the give and go. Goes out to the timeline. Spells can drain the tray. May think about it. Give it over to Darius Smith for 3. It's off the rim again. Ice cold shooting for the Gators, no good. And Miles gets the inbound, or rather I should say the rebound. Gives it back over to Spells off the glass. Again, no good. Ice cold shooting for the Gators. Incredible. Come back over right side. It's going to be stolen away by number 4. Come back over the left side. That's going to be Darius Smith to Rankin down low off the glass for 2. Rankin, 5'4" tall, the littlest man in the house with the biggest heart. 17-9. It's going to be Clear Springs back over left to right. It's going to be feeded near side. Walker for 3 off the back iron. No good. Put back up, and it's going to be no good. Fosnick's got it down low, number 20. He's going to step out. Gators have to take advantage of all of these chances to have the ball in transition, turnovers, and whatnot. And they're trying to see if they can make that happen now. Darius Smith, inbound, far angle right side for the Fighting Gators. Well, it's picked up. Fosnick tries to feed it down low. Now it's taken back. Darius Smith gets the ball back. Miles Rankin gets it half court, feeds it, bounce pass down low, 32. Great assist. That's going to be Byron Stoughton. It's a 6-0 Gator run. Not a moment too soon, 17-11. 5:49 to go in the first half of play. Brief timeout called by Coach Hairston to try to sub in a couple of youngsters. And it'll be Spells to inbound, far angle left side for the Gators. He's going to give it into Brandon Williams. Back in the mix, feed it over to Spells for a tray. It is no good. Walker on the rebound, outlet pass McCarty. Come back over right side, push pass over far side. Richard loses control of the pumpkin. It's out of bounds. Fighting Gator basketball. 17-11 is the score. The Spring Chargers on top, although it's a 6-0 Gator run right now. Oh boy, they were down 17-5, 17-11 now. Going another run like that could tie the game. It's going to be that kind of game, I'm afraid. All right, it's going to be inbounded. Stoughton feeded baseball all the way down low. Rankin, absolutely incredible. How much mustard does this youngster have? A whole lot, I think. 17-13, thanks to Miles Rankin. Give it over Walker. He's going to baseball it all the way down. Richard dribble drive, high low post. It's going to be Fosnick off the glass. It's no good, but the putback is for Richardson, number 11. Come back to the left side with Julian Spells, who's got to start lighting it up. That's a leaping leaner. It is no good. No good baseball all the way down right side. Incredible from half court. Christian Walker gets the dish from McCarty. Fastball to the almost an alley-oop for 2. 21-13 Springs. Backs left to right. It's going to be Julian Spells. And top of the circle. He feeds it over to Brandon Williams for a quick deuce. And Williams now with 5 total points. Come back over to the right side. It's going to be Richard from the baseline. Give it Fosnick back to Richard, back over to McCarty, who tries to slow things down. 4 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the first half. Give it over to Richard. Baseline drive, trips. He's going to have the ball stolen away. It's going to be Damon Williams. Come back over to the left side, stops inside the circle. Give it over to Julian Spells. Slows things down. Timeline goes just inside the key. Give it over Damon Williams from the near wing for 3. It's off the rim. No good. The Gators are getting the looks. They're not getting the bite. Come back over to the right side. And it's fast break all the way. Walker over to McCarty. Back to Walker to Fosnick for 3. Oh, my goodness. That was a good shot from the top of the circle. And that's a 24-15 9-point lead. Now little Miles Rankin. A fall-away jumper inside the circle. And this youngster is on fire, keeping the Gators in it. Baseball it all the way down right side. And it's going to be top of the circle. Baseline drive. Up off the glass. And he's fouled number 11. That's going to be Warren Richardson. He may have a chance to seal a 3-point deal. Oh, my goodness. That's going to be 5 team fouls now for the Dickinson Gators, and I believe the foul will be assessed against Damon Williams. 3:43 to go in the first half of play, 26-17. It is a 9-point Clear Springs Charger lead. The Gators had brought it to within 6 on a 6-0 run of their own. Warren Richardson is at the 9 line. He's already leading both sides of the ball with 7 points scored. He's now got 8. 27-17, it's a 10-point Clear Springs lead. Gators will try to have a productive last 4 minutes or 3.5 minutes of this first half of play. Okay, Brandon Staton playing pass and catch with Julian Spells. Feed it over far side. Fate Williams, and he's going to overhead it all the way. Damon Williams goes baseline and knocks over a Clear Springs Charger, and he falls down too. And it will be Julian Spells to inbound for the Dickinson Gators on a blocking violation assessed against Clear Spring. Damon Williams gets it, gives it right on back after the inbound to Julian Spells. Dribble drive over to the top of the circle, tries to set up a screen, dribbles behind his back. That looks good, but the Gators need points, so do Spells. Give it over Fate Williams for 3. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound coming down to number 4, Richard. Come back left to right on your radio dial. Feed it over far side. Back over to McCarty, back to Richard. Back over far, but going baseline now off the drive. That's going to be McCarty. A leaping leaner, it is no good. He will have an opportunity to visit the line on the right side of your radio dial. And in all the hurly-burly, it will again be number 22, Tyree Beardsley, who was in the mix with Richard at the bucket. And the putback, but he's going to sink one for attempted putback. He'll have the opportunity to sink another. Beardsley now has a total of 3 points. Number 22. The next shot is up, and it is off the rim, no good. Boxing in to get the board. Julian Spells. Push pass near side, Staton. Give it over near side. It's going to be Damon Williams for a long tray from the baseline. Ice cold shooting for the Gators. There's just no other way to put it. Spells on the top of the circle. Bounces all the way back to him just inside the top of the key. He nails 2. Well, Spells now has a total of 6 points, coming back just a scotch. Back over to the right side of your radio dial. It's going to be boxed out 2-on-1 Richard. Baseball's a high rainbow over to McCarty near wing. Back over to Richard. Richard at the timeline tries to set up a screen offense. He'll dribble drive up to the middle of the paint and go back outside the circle. Feed it to number 11 Richardson. Back near side McCarty for a long tray. Oh, that's a killer. That's a killer. He's got 7 points now, does McCarty, and he gives the Springs Chargers a 31-19 lead. Come back right to left with the Gators. It's going to be number 11. Spells is going to have the ball stripped right out of his hands by the Springs' own number 11, Richardson. He's going to go up off the glass right side. He's going to be fouled. He will not get the bucket, but he'll have an opportunity to shoot 2 on the right side of your radio dial. Damon Williams for the Dickinson Gators will collect team foul number 7 for the Gators and get his own personal second foul. Charles McCulley are with you as Dickinson Gators have won the district championship, but they don't want to go into the playoffs with a loss. Shot up off glass, it's good, and Richardson will have an opportunity to shoot another. Richardson now has a total of 9 points. Next shot is GOOD good, got 10. Virtually a third of the Clear Springs Charger total. Come back over to the left side. Fate Williams playing pass and catch in the backcourt with Julian Spells. Feed it near side. It's going to be Damon Williams back over to Fate Williams. No relation, I don't suspect. Pass over far side. Julian Spells. Spells at the timeline. Top of the circle. Will he go for three? High post. Level drive down to the low post. It is no good. Bounces all the way back off the back iron. Out to Fate Williams, who has a baseline drive of his own and score. It's no good. Now it's going to bounce all the way back out. Damon Williams, he's going to try to put up a shot. It is no good. The Gators have attempted more than 20 shots from down low inside the circle and in the paint, and they have missed more than 80% of them. Ice cold shooter. This plagued them against Creek in the first half last week. An inbounds coming to Julian Spells. Bounce pass down low. Darius Smith trying to back his way in. Turnaround jumper down low. Finally, I said finally. Gators pop the cotton from field goal range. 32-21. Come back to the right side. And it's going to be number 11 going coast to coast. Nobody stopped him. Warren Richardson, he's got 12 total points now. Come back right to left. Fade Williams stops for the Gators on the near wing. Goes back to the timeline. Trying to set up a screen offense of his own. Fate going over to the far side. Give it over to Damon Williams. Push pass back out to Julian Spells. The timeline goes up top of the circle. Tries to set up a good screen. Can't get a good pick. Can't get a good roll. High low post dribble drive. Leaping leaner. Again, it is no good. Oh, it's frustrating to watch the good shooting Gators perform so poorly at this juncture. Come back over to the right side. It's going to be Fosnick. He's going to feed it back over to the top of the circle. That's going to go to Richardson. He'll give it back to McCarty. Push pass near side, Rochelle. Number 4, powerfully built youngster, right off the Clear Springs Charger football team. Okay. Back over to McCarty on the far wing. Moves up, moves back, gives it over to Gavin Rowland near side, number 4. Back over the top of the circle to Richardson. Back over to Rowland. Rowland boxed out one-on-one by Darius Smith. Give and go to number 5. McCarty feed it near side. Fosnick for 3. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. G-O-S-H. That is a terrible finish for the Gators. And a tremendous finish for the Clear Springs Chargers, who almost have a 2-1 lead. 38-21 is the halftime score. They led 14-5 at the end of the first quarter of play. It has been, so far, complete domination by the Clear Springs Chargers. For the Dickinson Gators, Fate Williams has a total of 2 points. Miles Rankin has 6. Julian Spells has a total of 6. Damon Williams has a total of 5. Byron Stanton has 1. The Gators have all of 21 points. The Clear Springs Chargers are chewing up the turf with the Gators and making shoe leather and alligator stew out of the Gators so far. But I suspect a different second half is in store because the Gators have done this same thing before. Same thing happened to them against Creek. Creek was on top 21-15 in the first half. Gators came back and were a completely transmogrified different team. But it's going to be Gavin Rowland, number 4, who's got 4 points. Tyler McCarty's got a total of 7. Warren Richardson leads both sides with 12 points. Kristen Walker has a total of 7. Tyree Bearden with 4. And Grannon Long with a long three-pointer from NBA territory. And that's where we have for the Clear Springs Chargers at right now a big spread of 17 points, 38-21. As we thank our sponsors, who include underwriters who have made our broadcasts possible from football season on KPRC Houston and KBME Houston, AM 950 and AM 790, where we'll be this fall, by the way. CMC Communications High School football. I want to take this opportunity to thank Clark Industrial Services. We're located down in Brazoria, Texas. Tommy Clark, his initials stand for TC, Texas City, and that's where he originally hails from. But Tommy Clark and Clark Industrial Services are proud to provide industrial turnkey maintenance for all of our Texas City to Freeport, Lake Jackson petrochemical firms. Phone 979-647-1090. It's tax season, and get your taxes prepared correctly and accurately by Marvin Todd & Associates. They're the CMC tax guys. 281-339-3661. I want to thank Kyle Snow and all of the staff at Ron Carter Clear Lake, your home for Cadillac and Hyundai. The Snowman, Kyle Snow, is in the know. Phone 281-283-7000. C-Bar Contractors, Chili and Cassie, have all that you need when it comes to commercial building construction. Phone 409-925-5757. Jason White and the staff out at Dixie Safe and Lock. We've been in business since 1943. That's a total, by the way, friends, of 73 years. We now help digital technology and provide that for all of our banks and petrochemical firms with electronic locking systems that are virtual in nature. But we still have those bomb-proof, old-fashioned safes. In fact, a safe that was lost during Hurricane Ike was actually found in 10 feet of water right off of Bolivar Peninsula, and this is going back to 2008. And all of the items and goods and services that were inside were all procured and safely stored, courtesy of a Dixie Safe and Lock. Phone 713-643-5767. It's Advantage BMW Clear Lake and my good friend Randy Stein. I'll tell you what, in Germany, they know about Advantage BMW Clear Lake because of all the BMW dealerships in the United States of America and Canada. The dealership at 400 Gulf Freeway South in League City won the top BMW dealership in North America award back in 2013, and that was awarded by Munich, Germany's headquarters, Bavarian Motor Works BMW. Another Randy's a good friend of mine, CMC Communications supporter Randy Gudo and all of the staff at Bay Area Kitchens. Phone 281-338-2737 with Woodmode and Florian, a custom kitchen brand construction and cabinetry. I thank Brent Gerard and all the staff at the Cake Lady Bakery. Phone 281-482-3072. We had a very successful Valentine's, and now we're getting everything together for Easter and Mother's Day and graduation. You can have us cater all of the desserts and do an outstanding job of putting together the wonderful cookies and cakes and wedding cakes in June. Oh my goodness, we have it all. Grant Gerard, carrying on his mother's family tradition, founded in 1974, 42 years in business. It's the Cake Lady Bakery. Phone 281-482-3072. And it's Claron Salter Clark. State Farm Insurance in Alvin. Phone 281-331-7546. She's got two things you can't coach: experience and integrity. State Farm is there for America, and Claron Salter Clark is there for Alvin, Greater Brazoria County, Santa Fe, Friendswood, and more. Teams are beginning to come back in to commence the second period of play. The second half, that is. The first period of play, per se. 14-5. The Clear Springs Chargers on top of the Dickinson Gators. The Gators scored 16 points in the second half to finish with a total of 21 for the first half. But the Clear Springs Chargers only sped up their production and stepped on the gas pedal even more, and they scored a total of 24 points in the second half. I have no doubt whatsoever that Coach Jason Wilson had quite a conversation with his Dickinson Gators in the halftime locker room. He gave us an idea of how that goes down in our postgame interview this last Friday night, giving us the understanding that when the Dickinson Gators are in the halftime shower room, they're not playing tiddlywinks. They're in there discussing hardcore strategies. He says, I don't yell at my kids. I just get in there, and we really get intense, man-to-man, identify with them and let them know you're not doing your best. We can do our best. We can do much better than this. I have no doubt that that's exactly the kind of conversational tone or shall I say motivational tone, that Coach Wilson took with the Dickinson Gators. That will likewise be the case with Coach Chris Hairston and the Clear Springs Fighting Chargers, who have now reassumed their appearance back on the floor, and we're getting ready for the second half of play. 38-21 is our score, and we'll take a brief musical interlude and come back for the third quarter tip-off. Charles McCulley, along with our engineer Gerald Sanchez, thank you for joining us, friends, and God bless each and every one of you. CMC Communications broadcasting right here at cmcbroadcasting.com. Okay, we're going to light the candle. Third quarter of play. I'll tell you what, Spells had 28 points against Clear Springs the last time the Gators played them. And that was a romp for the Gators at that juncture. But the Gators are moving very sluggishly tonight. Very sluggishly indeed. Charles McCulley are with you along with Gerald Sanchez as Damon Williams will inbound going into Julian Spells, coming back left to right on your radio dial. Go up top of the circle. Feed it over far side. That's going to number 2, Fate Williams. He'll stay outside the circle at the timeline. Bounce pass over near side. That's going to Staton. Back over to Spells, back top of the arc. Damon Williams, push pass over far side. Weave offense. Darius Smith, top of the circle. Staton. Push pass over to the near side. Baseline drive. Fate Williams stops at the top. Nope, they haven't penetrated the arc yet. That's a weave offense. Back top of the arc against Staton. Push pass near side. Darius Smith, back top of the arc. Damon Williams over to the far side. Fate Williams down to the low post. Dribble drive. No good. He's fouled. He may have an opportunity to visit the line on the right side of your radio dial. 7:32 to go in the just started third quarter of play. The Gators have got to get off the deck there. That weave offense looked pretty nifty, but it did not produce any points until possibly now. And Williams will have to deliver. Shot is up, and that looked good. That's the first point of the second half, but not a moment too soon for the Gators. 3 points total now for Fate Williams. 38-20.